pace of the front is going to be very, very fast this weekend.
We're not coming to finish second anyway, let's put it that way.
We'll have to see what happens today, and it's a long 2 days, isn't it?
For the first time in almost 10 years, the REIS Get Connected Asphalt Rally Championship has made its way to the sunny southeast of Ireland for the Wexford Stages Rally. It's round 7 in this exciting championship, and as we come to the tail end of the championship, points are becoming more and more crucial. This championship has never been so closely contested, so we'll take a look now at what lies ahead for day 1.
The event features a compact route, 2 stages, each repeated 3 times with a service between each loop. These were not easy stages. The crews would have plenty of work to do for a result here this weekend.
It's been a mixed season for you so far, Paul, but the rallies that you have competed in, you've made them count, and of course your last visit to Ireland, you took the win home.
Yeah, it'd be nice if we could do that again. But I've had to miss last couple of rallies. I haven't been that well, so took a bit of time out, get everything back together. So we're here. I feel all right. I don't feel fantastic, but I'm sure I'm good enough to be right at the front and on the pace. So we're not coming to finish second anyway. Let's put it that way.
In terms of the championship, it's still very much open, and it could be anyone's at this stage.
I'm getting a bit more competitive as I'm getting older, so at my stage of life, it's probably the last chance I'm going to get to win a championship, so give it our best shot, especially this weekend.
We're into the heat of this championship now, Damien. It still could be anyone's.
Yeah, it could go any way now. There's 3 rounds left. A couple of us can only do 2 rounds because we haven't dropped a score yet. And I think with the extra points on the last round on Otterburn, it's going to go down to the last round. But it does depend what happens this weekend in Wexford.
Oh, Paul Bird has commented that he didn't come here to come second. I'm sure you're feeling that way also. You've taken 2 wins in the last 3 years. You were looking for the hat-trick last year. It didn't come. So you're going to be looking for a good result this weekend.
Yeah, I think we're all here to try and win it. It's going to be a long, hard event over 2 days, especially if it stays dry. It's going to be very, very fast. Stages are very technical as well. They're not quite as flat out as the ALMC was, which hopefully will suit my car a little bit better. But I think the pace at the front is going to be very, very fast this weekend.
You did make the trip here last year, Steve, but you didn't go home with the result you wanted.
No, we had a bit of a mishap last year. We did a square right with a bit of gravel on, pulled the handbrake, and the car ended up stalling, but just wouldn't restart for a couple of minutes, so lost us quite a bit of time. But we finished the event, so hopefully this year we're looking for a bit better result.
Up until the last round, of course, you were leading this championship. Damien Cole has snapped that from you now, so you're going to be looking for points here this weekend.
He has, yeah, when you do the drop scores. It still shows us leading the championship at the minute, but when you do the drop scores, Damien will be, I think it's 2 points ahead, I think. So we'll have to see what happens today, and it's a long 2 days, isn't it?
So on to the opening loop of the day, and it would be an early lead for Damien Cole and Elliot Edmondson. Cole, a previous visitor to this event in its recent non-championship years, but would that be an advantage this weekend?
350. It's better. Flat right, 80, left 3, bails inside. Line 170. Right 2, 130 down, turn right 5. 100. Long flat crest. 80.
As well as Cole, Paul Bird and Allied Davies were another crew here fighting for the championship. No less than 4 crews could still take the title, and Bird was one of them. It was a good start to the day with second place for now.
Two left into 4 left. To kink 1 right, 150. Sorry, 450. 4 left plus into 1 right. 60. Flat crest 60. 2 right opens long at pole 100.
And aside from John Indry, Stephen Simpson and Patrick Walsh complete the group of drivers capable of championship victory. Things were going okay for them too, as they settle into third place, 22 seconds off the leaders, a wrong tyre choice being the only issue for the pair.
And 3 left of a crest, don't cut. Well done. And 2 right in the care. 5 left into turn square right. 5 left, care, turn square right. And 2 left. 40, turn square left round Bales, neat gravel. Square left here. And 4 left. In a 3 right, 60. 1 right of a crest and 4 right in. 4 right in.
With Indry not travelling to the event and Washington James out due to the accident on the previous round, it would be up to Ashley Fields and Gary McElhinney to uphold leading Darien honours for the championship, 4th overall at this stage. A change of co-driver for Graham Coffey as regular European rally co-driver Jenny Gabler makes the journey over to Wexford. Things were not going great though, as the car would return to service with some front end damage, thankfully mostly cosmetic. For Alex Laffey and Jack Morton, it would be 6th place. The S2000 car going well on these stages, and it was looking like it could be a good weekend for some championship points. After some recent runs of bad luck, it would be 7th for Matt Beebe and Paula Swinscoe, the pair enjoying a clean run so far, with an early lead of the front-wheel drive crews at this stage.
6 left plus 250. 6 left at shed 100. 2 left plus 130. 1 right 60. Square left. Don't cut.
Second of which would be Tim Daltrey and Emma Morrison, the Peugeot 205 crew just 27 seconds behind Beebe. And in 9th, just a further 9 seconds back, we see the more unusual car of Howard Moore and Sasha Herriot. After stage 2, this is how the results are looking. Well, Damien, some scary moments on that opening loop for many of the drivers. How about yourself?
Stage 1 was okay, but we had an overshoot on a crossroads, went straight through the tape and had to reverse. But apart from that, it was all right. Stage 2 was horrible. It was like being on sheet ice in places.
You would have lost a good bit of time then on stage 1? Probably
10 seconds. So the time wasn't too bad with taking that into account. But stage 2, we just sort of drove it through really to get it to the end, because it would have been very, very easy to go off in stage 2.
Well, Paul, looking at the stage times and speaking to a few of the drivers, not many of them actually escaped injury on that opening loop.
Yeah, it was very tricky. Obviously we left it with dry tyres and we got there and we got a shower of rain before we went in, so it was a bit tricky, but hey, it's the same for everybody, so we had to make the most of it. So I had a little bit of a spin, fired it up a bank in the first one, so somebody didn't even swear. I was cursing for a while. It was my own mistake, so otherwise it was fairly trouble-free for us.
Yeah, despite that small excursion, you're still second in championship standing?
Yeah, for now. I don't plan on being there for long.
It was a brave start for many this morning with the tyre choice they made leaving the hotel.
Well, we certainly got that wrong. We had information from the stages, somebody had gone through, and it was, bone dry both stages. So we went on a medium compound slick, and we got there and it rained.
How did you feel that it went for you?
Not good at all. I don't know. I can only imagine it very similar to other people. I think 1 or 2 might have had a better weather crew than we did, because they was on intermediates. So I don't know.
It was a brave drive for many this morning, Graham. You've obviously had issues.
I've had, yeah. It was the start of the second stage. I don't know whether it was cold tyres or whether it was a combination of cold tyres and very, very slippy tarmac. But I left 3 and it didn't turn in, and I ended up in some hedge somewhere. And then it started overheating. I thought the radiator had broke, but fortunately it sounds like the radiator's not broken.
On to the next loop of stages then for Damien Cole and Elliot Edmondson. It would still be the lead. The pair had now extended that from 12 seconds to 22 seconds. Things were going the right way for a win here this weekend.
130. Flat right and left one tightens 3 late. And right 2 narrows. 80, mud continues. Flat left into right 2. Line 80. Long flat right and left 4. Stay tight. And left 4. 40. Crest into flat right 80. Long flat left of a crest. And down right 2. And flat left 170.
For Paul Bird and Allied Davies, it would still be second. The pair unable to keep up with the pace of Cole and would slowly lose a little time, despite a tyre choice that should have suited the conditions more for the Cumbrian driver.
What's your braking? 300. 1 right in, 60. 4 left, bail inside. Again. 1 right, 60. 4 left, bail inside. 130. 3 right, 80. Turn, square right plus. 60.
For Stephen Simpson and Patrick Walsh, there would be small problems. A wrong tyre choice yet again, and now the car was overheating slightly too. They still lie in 3rd place at this stage. Ashley Field and Gary McElhinney continue to hold 4th place. The Darien pair in the lead of the rear-wheel drive battle and managed to claw back 1 second to Steve Simpson over this loop too. For Graham Coffey and Jenny Gabler, it would be a much better run on this loop of stages. No incidents, and the pair have 2 clean stages to bring the car back in 5th place. Unfortunately for Alex Laffey and Jack Morton, the stages today were a little bit faster than what we could expect on day 2, and with the top end speed not there in the S2000 car, it would be hard to keep up with the guys ahead, but they do remain in 6th place for now. No change in 7th for Matt Beebe and Paula Swinscoe as they drift a little further away from 6th place Laffey. Understandable given the cars in question, but the pair more importantly gained some time in the battle with 8th place Daltrey. So for Tim Daltrey and Emma Morrison, it would still be 8th, and the gap to Beebe in front was growing, so they would have to up the game in the next loop if they're going to gain any places. It was, however, a bigger gap now back to 9th place as Howard Moore and Sasha Herriott continued to occupy that place, but now almost a minute and a half back from Daltrey. 2/3 of the way through day 1, and a reminder of the results. Well, you're certainly in the right position for this championship at the moment, Damien.
Yep, we're leading everybody else at the moment. I know Steve Simpson's having problems with his anti-lag system not working properly, and we nearly caught him on stage 3. We could see him at the end of a straight towards the end of the stage. So we're just trying to keep it clean and tidy now and take a safe tyre choice, because the weather seems very changeable, and see if we can get it to the end of Saturday still in the lead of the championship.
Have you made that tyre choice for the final loop yet?
No, we're still waiting to see what it's going to do out on the stages, because we've got another 10 minutes left yet.
Well, you knew you had a bit of work to do on that second loop. It hasn't just come right yet.
No. Maybe a bit rusty, but just the time didn't seem to come. Second stage on that loop seemed to be a lot better. Felt quite good then, but I'm a bit disappointed with how I drove on the first one. I didn't make any mistakes and we're still here, but just a bit surprising the time wasn't there really. But second one, yeah, a lot better. So 2 to go today. Let's see how we get on.
The tyre choice definitely is a lottery and a crucial decision for everyone today.
Yeah, that's why I'm a bit surprised really, because my slicks were going off at the end, so some people on Inters nearly went as quick as me, so that's a bit surprising.
So what will your plan be for the next loop?
I'll have to go a bit faster, won't I?
Well, it's certainly not getting any easier.
No, went on the wrong tyre on the first loop there, so we changed to a wet or an intermediate, and to go back up there expecting it to be wet again. It was bone dry, so we didn't quite get that right either.
And I can sense you're having engine problems here in service now as well.
Yeah, it's just getting a bit hot in there. We think there's a cooler that's not quite working right, so it's blocked even, so we're just going to try and fix that now.
Can they rectify it here?
I don't know, I hope so. If they do, we'll be back out. If they don't, I'm not sure we will be.
On to the final loop of the day then, and the lead at the top would remain the same, with Damien Cole and Elliot Edmondson staying out in front, and leads now growing to almost a minute. The reason for the bigger advantage in that lead position was the loss of second place Paul Bird and Allied Davies. The pair would suffer a puncture midway through stage 5 and choose to pull over in order to save any further damage to the car. This, of course, would have a serious effect on the championship hopes, but it still wasn't over yet with 2 rounds remaining.
150. I can smell it. Square left. 130. 1 left, but only halfway through. 2 right narrows. 150. It's up to you. Chicane into right. Do you want to pull over?
Yeah, I'll pull over a bit.
Okay. 81 right in, 130. 5 right plus in, there's a junction up here. Watch out for...
Yeah, I'm watching.
Go off at junction 12.
So this means it's an automatic promotion up the results for Stephen Simpson and Patrick Walsh. The pair had only been 36 seconds behind Bird, but this retirement made things a lot easier. 54 seconds going into day 2 though would be a tall order to move up into the lead.
At the moment of stage 1 up here, 3 right of a bumps, in a 2 left, in a 2 right don't cut of a gravel, and 4 left uphill. 150, go now, go now. Slow crest and turn square right at the edge. 250. Fast 3 right in past sign. 250 of the bumps. Go. Flat 3 left in, and fast 4 left in, into flat 2 right, go now, 450, all the way, fast 3 left, into, flat 1 right, 100, push now, flat crest, 100, flat 3 right in, opens, 150.
For Ashley Fields and Gary McElhinney, it would still be the same position behind Simpson, but with everyone moving up a number on the timesheets due to the loss of Bird, third place now, but the gaps to the leaders were starting to open up, leaving third place and below a little out of the fight. Graham Coffey and Jenny Gabler have a clean run once again over the final 2 stages of the day. They finished day 1 in 4th place, still with that minute and a half deficit to 3rd place. For Alex Laffey and Jack Morton, it would be 5th. They were dropping a little time to the cars ahead. But with day 2 set out to suit the car a little more, we could see that time loss reversed and a climb back up towards the top of the results. Matt Beebe and Paula Swinsko would be in the same position as Laffey, unable to keep up with the crews ahead, but themselves opening up a lead over the following crews, now up to 2.5 minute advantage in that 6th place. The reason for the drop in time for Tim Daltrey and Emma Morrison would be clear though. The pair make a mistake on some loose gravel on one corner and damage the car on a tree. It would look worse than it is and the pair would continue on day 2. And for Howard Moore and Sasha Herriot, it would be 8th. The pair look to be out on their own in the championship contenders, but do have a good class battle going on with the local crews at the event. So at the end of day 1, this is how the results look. Well, with Paul Bird's exit from this rally, it will make your run tomorrow that little bit more comfortable.
Yeah, he was second overall in the championship behind us. So now that's moved on to Steve Simpson, but I think he's 54 seconds down overnight. He took 2 seconds out of us on each of the last 2 stages, but he went out on slicks and we went on inters, took the safe choice, but the roads were bone dry, so the slicks were the right tyre. So we only dropped 4 seconds, so we got a comfortable overnight lead going into the more technical stages tomorrow.
Yeah, it's a brand new test tomorrow. You know these stages are going to be more technical, and I mean, we can never be confident of what weather will come tomorrow. So how comfortable are you, and how comfortable will you be setting into that first opening loop in the morning?
We'll be pushing hard, and hopefully the more technical stages tomorrow will suit the Focus more than they'll suit the Subaru, because the chassis is a bit better on the Focus. I think it's a little bit more nimble, so we'll give it our best shot tomorrow, but there's 6 more long stages to go yet.
Well, without doubt, another difficult loop there, Steve. However, you have taken advantage now of Paul Bird's demise here this evening.
Yeah, to be honest, we had a good loop on that one. We got our tyre choice right, and we set the times, matching James on one and beating Damien on both of them. So we got everything right on that loop, and Paul's disappeared. Now he's ended up with a puncture, and it doesn't look like he's come back at the stage. So.
It's been a good day for you, Ashley, and it has earned you 3rd place standings as well in this championship.
Yeah, it's good. I think we made some good tyre choices on the last 2 loops. One on slicks, and it was wet here but dry out there, which was good. So we just eased off the pace on the last one because we've got a minute either side of us. So it's always good to make it to the second day.
It sounds very comfortable going into day 2. However, I'm sensing some issues here in the camp.
Yeah, we've had an alternator problem all day, so we're losing battery charge. We'd have to bump start it a couple of times at the start to get it going. So hopefully we'll get it sorted. We think we've fixed it, so we could do with a bit longer service, but we've got what we've got, so hopefully we'll be okay and we'll be out tomorrow.
After day 1's tests over Newborn and Coolboy, Damien Cole now is in the lead of this championship. However, he knows there are more technical stages tomorrow and this should suit the Focus. So he says, I know he will welcome some championship points if he can remain there. See you after the break. 2 would be a similar format, 2 stages, each run 3 times with a service in between. Only this time, according to the drivers, the stages would be a bit more technical. So, as he had predicted, these stages suited Damien Cole and Elliot Edmondson a little more, and they open up their lead of the event to 1 minute 21 seconds now.
Left 1, 200. Flat right and long flat left into flat right, opens long, 100. Flat right, flat left, into flat right, into flat left, 100. Right 3, left 4, 60. Tight right 4 minus, and keep right into turn left 5 round bales, post outside, 40, turn right 5 narrows, gravel.
A new day, new challenges.
Yeah, very slippery, especially the first stage this morning. We've gone on intermediates, which I think were the right choice. The second one was a bit dry, but it was a bit drier, but it was still very slippery. I think we took a couple of seconds on the first stage, not sure about the second one.
As well as technical, the stages were also slippery. The same for everyone though, and for Stephen Simpson and Patrick Walsh, it would still be second place. That lead was looking out of reach, but they needed to stay in second, ready to pick up the pieces if anything changed above.
Flat crest, 170 down. Fast 4 right. 150. Flat 3 right into fast 3 right. And flat 2 right past pole into 1 left into crest and a slow 3 left. And turn 4 left in of a gravel. And 2 right into crest. And second crest and a 5 left deceptive. 80. Flat 1 right, 80 of bumps. Flat 2 right, 60. Fast 3 right past wall.
We got worried when you didn't arrive there after Damien. How was the first test this morning, Steve?
Yeah, it was okay. It's slippy in there. I'm sure everybody would have found it the same, but tough stages.
A wrong tyre choice for Ashley Field and Gary McElhinney meant they were off the pace a little to start the day, but that didn't affect their place. Third was still theirs, and with almost a minute and a half, it didn't look like they intended to let that go either.
Well, you're continuing on the hard charge, Ashley.
Yeah, it was a bit slippy in the first stage, so I think we were well off the pace. We're on slicks, and it was just really wet under the trees, so it was just getting confidence. That stage was a bit better, so there's a bit more dry stuff in that, so it's just a bit of a lottery on the tyre choice again. So we'll have another go on this next loop.
For Graham Coffey and Jenny Gabler, there would be a small clutch issue at the start of one of the morning stages. They lose a few seconds, but once going, it all seemed okay. A check over in service would be needed to rule out any serious problems.
More technical stages this morning, Graham.
Yeah, very technical. I don't know what happened in that stage there, but I lost the clutch on the start line. So it stalled and it took like 10-15 seconds to fire up. So I don't know if we've got a clutch issue, but so far so good. I think we've got to get it back to service and let's have a look at it. But I'm not happy with the clutch at the moment.
For Alex Laffey and Jack Morton, it wouldn't be the increased pace they hoped for on day 2, or at least not to the cars in front anyway. However, they do open up a bigger lead over those behind in these stages. A puncture in this morning's loop wasn't going to help the cause either. For Matt Beebe and Paula Swinsko, it was still going well. They remain ahead in the front-wheel drive battle, helped of course by the small incident for Tim Daltrey at the end of day 1. They lie in 6th place at this stage. And for Tim Daltrey and Emma Morrison, it would still be 7th. Yesterday's damage was patched back up, and the pair were out fighting their way back up into the times. And still in 8th place at the end of this loop would be Howard Moore and Sasha Herriott in the Lotus. So at the end of 8 stages, here's a reminder of the results so far. On to the middle loop of the day for Damien Cole and Elliot Edmondson. The lead would increase a little more once again, approaching the 2 minutes mark now, and all looking good for the final pair of stages.
Line 80, right 3 and turn, right 5, wide exit. And flat left opens long. Into left 2, and long right 2, 40, left 3, don't cut, 100, flat right line 130, turn right 5 narrows a tree, 60, right 4 don't cut, and left 4, and slippy left 5.
Second place was looking good for Stephen Simpson and Patrick Walsh. The times were good and they extend their advantage in that place by another 11 seconds. But that would be all they could do at this late stage in the event.
Into flat 2 left 40, flat jump past wall 60, flat 1 left into flat 2 left, and the flat 1 with a bump and care slow 1 left, into 4 left, 4 left, 40, 4 left, into fast 3 right of a crest, and 3 left into 3 right.
No problems for Ashley Field and Gary McElhinney in this loop, so that means they go into the final stages with a good comfortable 3rd place, which was all theirs to lose. More bad luck in this stage for Graham Coffey and Jenny Gabler as they hit more scenery in the Subaru, damaging the front end a little more, but luckily just cosmetic once again. They just need to keep it on the road for 2 more stages. A better run out this time for Alex Laffey and Jack Morton in the S2000 Fiesta. The car still struggling on the limiter on some sections of the stage 2. Not quite the gearing needed for these stages. No change in 6th for Matt Beebe and Paula Swinsko as they keep the foot down and enjoy their first visit to the Irish stages. And it would be survival now for Tim Daltrey and Emma Morrison as they set themselves into a big gap in either direction in 7th place. Howard Moore and Sasha Herriott in their own battle with some of the local crews would lie in 8th place. with just 2 stages to go, this is how the times are looking. Well, all going well, you're on the road to taking maximum points for the championship today, Damien.
Yeah, I think we're too far behind to catch the leader of the rally now, but we're leading the championship contenders. We've beaten Steve Simpson on every stage today, so I think we're nearly 2 minutes up on him now. So I think it'll be a case of the last loop of 2 stages just to drive it through and get it to the end.
Everyone within the top 10 seems to have carved out to their own position there now, and comfortably he should make it to the podium.
Hopefully, yes, that's the idea. I think everybody's done the same, you know, like you said, calm down, and we're just trying to hold place now, so that'll be nice for us if we can do that.
So everyone is really falling into comfortable positions here in the top 10.
Yeah, I think so. We're having a tactical drive now to the end. Just, you know, we can't catch anyone front, and we've got a fair buffer behind, so it's just a tactical run and try and get through these next 2 stages without any incident, keep the car running and hope it doesn't rain, because it's a lot better now it's dried up.
Well, you've made it into service, but we can see you've had another small excursion.
Yeah, it was only a small one compared to the one yesterday. Just had a minor overshoot, or what I call a minor overshoot. I got caught out on some gravel, and the car didn't turn in too good, and I just clipped a bank, and I didn't think it was like that.
Well, we know you're having a personal battle yourself with Matt Beebe ahead of you.
Yeah, he's. We got to put it behind him when we had a puncture on the morning loop. We didn't really lose any time, so we're still ahead in the times, but it's just a good bit of fun just to chase him through the stages and have a good laugh with him. But we're trying to catch the WRC cars ahead, which is really tough because they've got the legs on us on the straights and everything, so we're pushing as hard as we can, and the times are getting better and better every time. So,
Matt, your first visit to Ireland, and it has been a good one so far on these Wexford stages.
Yeah, we're really enjoying the roads over here. As always in Ireland, they're super fast, and you've got to be very brave. So fair play to all the guys who are in front of us, because I wouldn't want to go much quicker through there. We're on the door handles.
You've been holding your own as well, and this rally has seen a lot of fallen victims.
Yeah. As always, the Mad Irish have gone off at an insane pace, and so quite a lot of those have fallen by the wayside. But the roads suit the MG here. It handles the bumps quite well and likes the fast bits. So it's quite suited to these roads, and we're having a lot of fun.
Oh, Tim, you had a small excursion yesterday evening as well, but it's been a better day for you today.
Yeah, we had a minor off yesterday. We just came out through some trees into a 90 right, and it was under the shade, turned in, gravel all over the road, just didn't quite make it round the corner. Had an argument with a tree, and the tree won, so that's rallying. But today's been far better. It was dead slippy this morning, but it's cleared up on the last 2. So if we carry on, just get through the last 2 and get finished, we'll be happy.
Howard, you've returned to the Irish roads for the Wexford stages this weekend, so has it been worthwhile?
Absolutely worthwhile. I always enjoy Wexford. Touch wood, I've always done well at Wexford. Touch wood.
It should be a comfortable drive now to the finish, and nice to bring home some points as well.
The priority was always to come here and take home the points. I would like to still maintain the class position, so we'll just keep the pace up for the last 2 stages and won't take it steady.
So on to the final 2 stages then, and a look at the championship results. And in 8th place it would be the unusual Lotus of Howard Moore and Sasha Herriot. Tim Daldry and Emma Morrison get through the minor incidents to finish the event in 7th place, second of the front wheel drive crews. For Matt Beebe and Paula Swinsko, it would be 6th. The pair enjoy the stages and take away some good championship points, which are much needed after recent events.
.100. 6 right and 6 left. 150, 2 left plus. 80, square right plus. 40, 2 left. 6 right over finish and 6 right tightens. 60, 2 left.
Yes. Well done, Paula.
Well done.
Thank you.
So it would be 5th for Alex Saffley and Jack Morton, but not without a last-minute scare, catching a non-championship car in the stages and almost losing it on this left-hand corner. So with a rather sorry looking front end, it would be 4th place for Graham Coffey and Jenny Gabler here this weekend. Endurance was the name of the game, and the pair worked their way through a number of trying incidents to come away with a good result. On to the podium places, and it would be that continued 3rd place for Ashley Fields and Gary McElhinney in the Darien, winners of the Millington rear-wheel drive prize at the end of the event too. This result would be a welcome addition to the championship score sheets. With the times too much to make any difference too, it would be a good clean run to the finish for Stephen Simpson and Patrick Walsh. A troublesome run here last year would have been in the back of the mind for Simpson. So this runner-up finish was a great end to the event.
Long flat, one of the bumps past farm into flat 2 right, 200. Fast 2 left into fast 4 left at the junction. And flat 2 right, 100. One right 40, flat 1 right of a crest 40, care fast 3 left downhill, and 4 right in the bump slippy, flat 3 left uphill, into flat 3 left 60, flat 2 left 170, go on, go on, go on, go on, 2 right and a slow 2 left past junction, only 60, care turn 5 left gravel, big slide, further gravel, into fast 5 left, 130, 1 right and flat 2 left, 100.
But the win of course goes to Damien Cole and Elliot Edmondson. The championship points from this round would be much needed to get the campaign back on track. This result means that the championship remains wide open and will go to the final round of the season in October.
Left 3 at White Wall, 150. Flat left, flat right, 60. Long flat left and flat right, 350. Chicane into right, 3 bales.
So at the end of the event, here's a reminder of the final results. Well, reviewing the times on the final loop, Damien, it was clear that you'd backed off slightly.
Yeah, we weren't going to catch James Stafford for the rally win unless he had a problem. So and we were nearly 2 minutes in front of Steve Simpson, so there was just no point in pushing anything. We just drove through stage 11 and Steve nearly caught us. So I put my foot down a bit towards the end when I could see him coming in the mirror. And then stage 12, we just went a little bit quicker, but nothing crazy, just get it to the finish and take the points.
Sensibly, you do take those points, but the championship is still very much open going into the next round.
Depends what happens in Kaiwent, but I've got to miss it, and so is Steve Simpson. So it's going to come down now to Otterburn in October. But I think now I could, if it does end up just between the two of us, then I can finish behind Steve now and still win the championship.
So a sensible drive over the final loop of the Wexford stages sees Damien Cole leave Wexford and return to Hereford with 4 points of a lead in the REIS Get Connected Asphalt Rally Championship. But it is still very much open. The next round is the Patriot. See you then.